Hello, Eustis Middle School. Today for our literacy craft, we are going to be building the container that fits the every flavor beans that are referenced throughout the Harry Potter novels. So, this is something that Harry, Ron, Dumbledore, they all reference throughout the book. So I thought this would be a really fun craft for us to try out. So what you're going to find in your pack is a pack of jelly beans. You are going to find a piece of cardstock, and that cardstock is going to have the container that we are going to be cutting out. You are going to have a blue string, and you will need your scissors for this activity. So what I need you to do is clear off the beans and your string, and you are just going to focus on this sheet here. You're going to notice that there's directional scissors telling you how to cut, and I'm just going to kind of go over each of the areas, and then I'm going to walk you through some of the tougher parts. Right here, you do not have to cut down, up, like that. You can just go here and go around this little rectangle, down around this dotted line. Make sure this section right here, do not cut here, it says that you do not cut that because that will fold under, and it's not going to really hold the jelly beans in if you're waving it around, but if you have it sitting up on a shelf as a display, it might hold those jelly beans up just a little bit for you. So just so that you're not watching me cut this out for a while, I'm going to show you what it should look like once you cut it out, and I'm going to explain why some of the little windows are cut out and some aren't. So for this, I went through and I cut out 2 of the windows just for time purposes, but I'm going to show you how to cut out these 2 windows. Whenever you're cutting something that doesn't cut from the edge up and is in the center, a little strategy that you can use is you want to fold this down, just like that. Now don't fold it so you get a crease, just enough that you can cut it right here, and you can just kind of, it doesn't have to be a full cut, it could just be, you want a little opening. So you see how I got like a little opening right here? I know there's a little bit of a reflection as I'm doing this. That little hole is just going to give you a little bit of space to get in there and then be able to work your scissors around. It's a little tough at first, but just take your time and you'll be able to get through this. There we go. Now you're going to notice this part right here is kind of a little tricky, but use the opposite hand that you cut with. I know we have some lefties and righties, so you're going to use that to maneuver the cardstock so that you're able to really get the edges. Will it be perfect? Probably not. But when doing crafts, it does not have to be absolutely perfect. That's the fun part. You really can make it your own. Okay, so as you can see here, I got that window cut out. And I'm going to do this other one again, just so you can see how I did that. This one's a little bit thinner, so I can kind of cut it like that. And then see it has a little hole. I'm going to stick my scissor right in there and cut up, over, and really just work through that. When I was first reading the books, I was in middle school, and this would have been so exciting to find these cool crafts like this. I'm going to go around that little tricky edge. You see how I'm using my left hand to position the paper and move it? All right, and there we go. So now that I have all the windows and the entire thing cut out, I'm going to show you how you want to fold it. You're going to notice there's a black thin line going down each of the area, like right underneath the triangle part, and you are going to want to fold on those lines. So I'm just going to start right here. I like to hold it this way so that I can really position my fingers underneath that line and push it up. And then I'm just going to crease it right across like that. Nice good crease. I'm going to do the same thing right over here. And crease it down. Okay. Now you see this little tab on the side, and you know what? In the beginning I should have referenced having a glue stick with you. So what you're going to do is you want to just make sure that you crease that down. That is going to be the section that you use your glue on. You're going to take your glue, and if you need to stop to go grab your glue, definitely just go grab that. And you're going to just put a little glue right there, and then you're going to attach it right to here. Now, because this isn't like a hot glue or a glue that might stick a little faster, you are going to have to just hold this there and position it just for a minute to make sure you get that to stick. That might just take a second. Make sure you really match up those corners. Look how cute that's already becoming. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now you have this section. You might be thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to get the string in? So if you at home have a hole punch, you can definitely slip these into the hole punch and punch a hole in it. That might be a little bit easier. Since some of you might not have that, because a hole punch is not necessarily a common thing to have in a house, what you can do is you're going to fold your little tip. The little tip at the top, and you're just going to snip a little line there, and I'm just putting two just to make it a little hole. And I'm going to go around and fold it just like that for each section. Oh goodness, I should have left it a little bit longer. The glue over here to dry. Hold on one second. Here we go. So as I'm holding this, you might either want to pause because you need to make sure that yours is stuck together. I'm going to add a little glue onto that. Let's just stick that back there. Now, if yours is sticking and you are good to go, you can keep going around to those the different sides to make sure. I'm just really pushing that in there right now. The longer you let it set without pulling at it, the better that's going to stick. Get that back out. Okay. I'm going to hold that as I'm just going to go through, fold that corner, and give it a little snip. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing right there. Now, they might be a little bit off, and you know what, that's okay. Like I said before, when you're doing art, it might be a little off, and that's okay, because it's going to really make it unique and yours. And that makes it even better than if they're all the same. Alright, now, once you have your glue really sticking, you can now start running your string. You might want to just wet the tip of this, just a little bit of water, because it will be hard to get it through that hole at first. But as you do, you're going to be able to string it through like that. And sometimes I found twisting this might help. Oh, goodness. There we go. Now I want to make sure that mine are even, so if you match your top together, your string, and then you fold it all the way up, you're going to just make sure that that's even. I'm going to run this one right here through this side and across. This is going to link that through. This is going to bring this one over. As you go through, you might have to wet it down again just to get it to all fit in. Or you might have to make those little holes a little bit bigger just to make it easier so you're not struggling to get it through. There we go. There we go. See how it's kind of pulling it all together. Now we want to make sure that we can tie this and then we have all the sections. So I'm going to take this one right here, and just like how I did this over there, I'm going to pull this one through. Wet it down just a little bit. And you know what? I'm going to pull this one through this side. Do it from the center part in. That way, You're going to see why in a second. I'm going to pull these and see how they're all coming together. And then I can tie it in a knot, just like you're tying your shoelaces, really. There we go. I'm sorry, it's kind of, there we go. Make sure all the ends. And there you go. Now you're going to notice you got a lot of string left over, and that is okay. You can just cut that right there, and cut this right there. Now, if you at home have some ribbon or some other string that you would like to use other than the yarn, that's just what we had to be able to give out, you definitely can do that. You can position the bow on either section that you would like. I like this right here because it has the name of the Every Flavor beans. So kind of position my bow over here. This was what it looks like if you have some ribbon. So up to you which one. We are going to be giving out the yarn for you to use. Now you're going to notice, last step, you have these little tabs on the bottom. I wish they were a little bit bigger, whoever made this, but I'm just going to fold those in. Those are supposed to hold the beans in. I'm going to be truthful, it is not perfect. I'm going to just fold all of those in. You're going to see it kind of has like a little shelf on the bottom. Right? Then you're going to take your jelly beans and you are going to push them right up in there. And there you go. You have your Every Flavor bean container. You see it sit up just like that. I'm going to put it right this way just so you can get a better look at it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this craft. I hope you're all doing well, and I can't wait to hear what you are reading. Bye!